On September 4th, 1954, Santiago Airlines Flight 513 departed from Aachen, West Germany, destined for Porto Alegre, Brazil. The flight should have taken 18 hours. Instead, it took 35 years. On October 12, 1989, without any contact with the air traffic controllers, Flight 513 was seen circling the Porto Alegre airport, where it eventually made a successful landing. Upon opening the doors, the authorities found something even more shocking and frightening. The skeletons of 92 people on board buckled into their seats. The skeletal body of pilot Miguel Victor Carri was found on his seat, hands still on the controls, the engine still humming. Hey humans of the world, I'm Pragya Gargi and today is a Tuesday which calls for True Crime Tuesday. If you're interested in true crime stories, serial killers, cults, paranormal activities, UFO tales, basically anything spooky booky, please consider subscribing to my channel because that is what I discuss over here every second Tuesday. Now, planes disappearing is not something that is unheard of. And usually there is some evidence to show that what has happened with the plane or something to indicate that the plane has perhaps crashed. But once in a while, some disappearances leave nothing behind. No reports, no signs of distress, not even bad weather to put the blame on. These stories are the puzzling and eerie ones. It would be an understatement to say that when Flight 513 flew into Porto Alegre, it was unexpected. The authorities at first wanted to know why its pilot had flown in without any communications or warnings. But when they approached the aircraft and they took note of its age, they were surprised to see that it was from the Santiago Airlines because that airlines had closed their doors back in 1956 and their flight, which had been missing for 35 years, was now right in front of them. When they opened the door, they found the skeletons belonging to 88 passengers and 4 crew members. So Porto Alegre is in Brazil, right? And the Brazilian government, they did look into this, they investigated it, but they refused to give any sort of conclusion, any theory or any explanations as to what really had occurred. So the officials, they admitted that yes, the plane had suddenly appeared in the skies and made a landing, but they just brushed it under the carpet after this. They did not give any more information. So everyone started suspecting that maybe the government was involved in this because they were clearly hushing up this case, that maybe government had concrete evidence of time wraps but they didn't want to reveal it so as to not scare the public. Dr. Celso Atelo, a paranormal investigator, speculates that the plane was lost in one for 3 decades. To court, he said, it was piloted by the skeleton of its captain and all the crew, and the passengers were dead too. Officials don't want to discuss explanations, but they cannot deny that this airplane has defied the laws of space and time, and God only knows how a skeleton managed to land it. So when it comes to explaining disappearances of aircraft, one theory is commonly brought into the picture: the wormhole theory. So what's the wormhole theory, you may ask? According to space.com, the wormhole theory postulates a theoretical passage through time and space that could create shortcuts for long journeys across the universe. And science fiction loves that shit. Dr. Stephen Su, a professor of theoretic physics, says that for this you would need some sort of super advanced technology. Humans won't be doing this anytime in the near future. So maybe humans can't do this, but nature can? This wormhole theory can possibly explain what has transpired for decades in the Bermuda Triangle, in the Devil's Sea Zone, in the Michigan Triangle, and perhaps it can also explain what happened to Santiago Flight 513. One man called Bruce Gernon claims that he supposedly passed through a vortex in the Bermuda Triangle that pushed him ahead in space and time. So back in 1970, he was flying through the Bermuda Triangle, having departed from the Andros Island in Bahamas, and he noticed ahead of him a white fluffy cloud, totally harmless looking, possibly even cute, and he decided to go ahead into it. But when he went inside, he saw that the inside of the cloud was very dark with flashes of lightning here and there, and he realized that he had just entered a dangerous electrical storm. A 10 to 15 mile long tunnel started to form around the plane, and Gernon could see clear blue skies at the end of it. The inside of the tunnel, however, had spiraling lines swirling in counterclockwise motion, and the tunnel itself started shrinking. The 10-mile tunnel that should have taken 3 minutes to cross through became a 1-mile tunnel, and it only took them 20 seconds to pass through it. Instead of the clear blue skies which Gernon had saw earlier at the end of the tunnel, now they were met with blank grey haze. There was no sky, no ocean, no horizon, absolutely nothing but greyness. Gernon described it as an electronic fog, and after this electronic fog disappeared in a few minutes, Gernon made a successful landing at the Palm Beach International Airport. He says that he was baffled by the experience, and not just by the weather and instrumental anomalies, but also because of the apparent loss of time. Even in direct flights, a trip from Andros to Palm Beach should have taken 75 minutes in Gernon's aircraft. But their entire flight lasted a total of only 48 minutes, and their flight was anything but direct. So did the Santiago 513 experience being in such a vortex in such a time wrap too? And maybe it took longer for it to come out of it. To anyone who was not present in Porto Alegre that day to witness a plane full of skeletons make a landing, this story might sound like a very big hoax. Coupled with the fact that we have no credible source from 1954 to trace back that this flight had indeed gone missing. All we have is this newspaper clipping from 1989 to believe. This is the newspaper report of that flight being published in the Weekly World News tabloid, 14 November 1989, reported by Irwin Fisher. But come on, how many times would these stories of aircrafts just disappearing crop up without us dismissing them as legends or hoaxes? Because these events, these disappearances are not insignificant, right? Thousands of lives have been lost to these strange occurrences. Whatever these occurrences are, they might be government cover-ups attributed to wormholes, time traps, but the losses, it happened, and the minimum that can be said is that something strange did occur. And perhaps it's time to broaden everyone's sense of what constitutes reality. That was it for today, guys. I hope you and your family are staying safe. Please take care of yourself and follow all the precautions. Times are very hard for all of us over here. And I hope that my video gave you some sort of distraction, some sort of escape for a few minutes, and it helped you uplift your mood. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time with another fascinating video. Bye bye.